Hello, and welcome back to Matt Knows. Imagine a world where the pillars of democracy, free elections, an independent judiciary, and a vibrant press, are crumbling under the weight of authoritarian ambition. In the next 10 minutes, you'll learn why democracy's future in the 2020s is hanging by a thread, and what it means for each of us. In the last decade, democracy has faced its steepest decline since the interwar years. Freedom House's 2025 report shows that 60 countries backslid on political rights or civil liberties, marking the 19th consecutive year of decline, and only 34 made gains. Meanwhile, the Economist Intelligence Unit warns that over 40% of elections in 2024 were marred by violence or repression. Today, we're touring four major flashpoints, India, Turkey, Hungary, and Brazil, to ask, will democracy survive the 2020s? India, home to 1.4 billion people, was once hailed as the world's great democratic success story. But in 2025, Freedom House downgraded India from free to partly free, citing intensified restrictions on the media, civil society, and minority rights. In 2020, India's government expanded its 2010 Foreign Contributions Regulation Act, requiring NGOs, media outlets, and even universities to register foreign donations within 30 days, and empowered officials to freeze their funds. Since then, over 450 organizations have faced investigations or funding suspensions, crippling human rights groups and independent think tanks. Political campaigns have become battlegrounds for identity politics. The India Hate Lab documented a 74% jump in anti-minority hate speech in 2024 compared to 2023, 1,165 incidents, predominantly targeting Muslims around rallies and religious festivals. Social media platforms have been slow to moderate content, amplifying division. India plunged to 161st of 180 countries in Reporters Without Borders Press Freedom Index. In the last 2 years alone, 112 journalists have faced defamation suits, at least 14 have been jailed under sedition or anti-terror laws for reporting on protests. This chilling effect has driven dozens of critical outlets to self-censor or relocate. Turkey's transformation under President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has shifted from moderate conservatism to executive authoritarianism. The EU's 2024 enlargement report warns that, despite modest economic reforms, core democratic principles have further deteriorated. In May 2025, Parliament debated a draft law to strip the Constitutional Court of its power to overturn presidential decrees, effectively placing all judicial appointments under Erdogan's direct control. Experts warn this would cement one-man rule by nullifying legal checks on executive overreach. Since 2016's coup attempt, over 200 media outlets have been shuttered, and 150,000 public sector employees dismissed or detained under the state of emergency decrees. NGOs face onerous registration requirements and surveillance, forcing many to cease operations. Istanbul's elected mayor, Ekrem İmamoğlu, was jailed on bogus terrorism charges in early 2025, one of nearly 2,000 political arrests last year. This illustrated the regime's willingness to weaponize courts against opponents, deepening the chill on electoral competition. Since coming to power in 2010, Viktor Orbán has methodically hollowed out Hungary's democratic institutions. Today, it's classed as an electoral autocracy by the VDEM Institute, one of the EU's starkest backsliding cases. In May 2025, Fidesz tabled a foreign agent bill mirroring Russia's 2012 law. Any NGO or media outlet receiving over €5 in foreign funds must register, label all materials as foreign-influenced, and face steep fines or closure, putting the last independent voices at existential risk. Today, more than 80% of Hungarian media is in pro-government hands. In 2025 alone, Budapest doled out €441 billion, €1.1 billion, in state advertising to friendly outlets, far eclipsing market revenues and deepening the propaganda chokehold. Orbán stacked the Constitutional Court and judiciary with loyalists. Transparency International now ranks Hungary among the EU's most corrupt members. Electoral district maps have been gerrymandered to secure Fidesz supermajority, turning elections into a facade of choice. After losing his 2022 re-election bid, Jair Bolsonaro refused to concede, echoing stolen election claims that culminated in the January 8, 2023, assault on Brasilia's government plaza. In March 2025, Brazil's Supreme Court unanimously accepted charges against Bolsonaro and 7 associates for plotting a coup, an unprecedented move against a former head of state. Prosecutors allege clandestine plans to mobilize security forces and mobilize paramilitaries to seize power. Bolsonaro repeatedly attacked the Superior Electoral Court, accusing judges of partisan bias. In 2022, Chief Justice Edson Fachin warned that such rhetoric endangered Brazil's democratic foundations, and foretold the violence that followed. Misinformation spread via encrypted messaging skyrocketed. UN studies estimate up to 60% of Brazilians encountered fake ballot images in 2023. This digital onslaught has corroded trust in institutions and fueled street protests that still challenge peaceful governance. Democracy is more than ballots, it underpins human rights, economic stability, and international cooperation. Backsliding in any region weakens norms that keep conflict, poverty, and pandemics at bay. The 2020s usher in AI-driven propaganda, deepfakes and micro-targeted ads amplify tribalism. Without robust digital literacy and platform accountability, facts become optional, and democracy unravels. History shows reversals are reversible. Poland's solidarity, South Africa's anti-apartheid movement, South Korea's 1980 uprising, all triumphed through civic courage. Today, your moment is now. Share accurate information, support independent media, vote in every election, and pressure leaders to uphold the rule of law. Democracy's survival in the 2020s demands our collective will.